Welcome to the UniJack project, the show where I discuss the truth about the current university experience. I'm your host, Jack Timms, and today I'm going to be joined by an old face. It's Danyeol Davis.
Hello.
Let's get started.
Welcome to the UniJack project, your weekly hijack for modern university. Hear the latest advice and stories, whether you're an education fiend or a hangover madman. Now for your host.
Okay, so it has been a while since me and Danyeol have had a good old catch-up.
Feels like years.
Yes. But that was mainly because we had been busy with university. However, in recent conversations on Discord, I found out that my friend Danyeol has left the University of Gloucestershire. So, describe your experience and what led you to deciding to leave the course.
The initial reason was just I was learning too quick. Everything there was just... The resources they had weren't the best. The lecturers were kind of bad. And I just felt like I can just teach myself easier and better than they ever could. There were other reasons such as travel restrictions and, well, the fact that my communication skills weren't possibly to the level that they were expecting, so friendship making wasn't precisely what was going on.
Well, what do you mean by your communication levels weren't to what they're expecting? I mean, how did they expect you to communicate?
They expected me to do it. And you know me. I make no noise.
I mean, to be fair, that's on them really. Because like with any university, they should be encouraging social engagement. So if that's how they kind of reacted,
oh no,
then
they did encourage it. They encouraged it to a high degree. I was just kind of against it. I prefer to stick to myself, me, myself and I is the best image. It's just, I don't see the point in it. Like, yeah, but everyone there was just this, I'm going to slack them all off. They were just a bit snobby. I didn't like any of them.
I mean, so it was more of a kind of trying to fit in reason that's why you left. You didn't feel like you really got on with anyone or felt like you could be, I guess in other words, heard as a person.
One of the many reasons. Like I said, one of the other reasons was the fact that I'm a better self-teacher. Listening to people isn't precisely my strong point. I tend to go against what people say.
But I mean, don't we all start with a tutorial anyway? If we want to learn something.
If you want to learn something, just search it up on the internet. Why do you need to be taught it and get paid?
Exactly. So you're still learning from someone, and like.
Yeah, but it's free.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that must have been more of a kind of like open university than experience. You kind of like gone back to, I think it's more popular in America as opposed to England in terms of like homeschooling. So you kind of are doing like a home university type thing.
Yeah, I much prefer doing that. It's just, it means I have more time on my hands. I've got more time for personal projects, more time to earn money. Well, that takes up most of my time. But it just means I can do what I want, when I want, within reason.
Okay, and because you left, I'm assuming you're still gonna have to like pay back some of the debt in terms of university
Eventually,
have taken from you. So would you say it was a good decision you doing this, or would it have been more like in terms of value of money? Would it have been better to stick around or even transfer to a different uni for the same course?
I will give that a big fat no.
Because I feel like you probably would have done a whole lot better if you came to my university.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Just because.
One of the other
What?
things that added was just the fact that I went to a post house. I actually went to one, and I met these two people. They literally said to me that they didn't go to university. They set up a business. They said that you can just everything you can teach yourself. And personally, I am more of a self-teacher, and their advice was just better than anything I had received in uni.
So which post house was this?
I don't know the name of the company, but it was in Bristol.
That's also the home of the Yogscast, I believe.
Oh, funny fact. The Yogscast Christmas special was filmed in the post house where the advice was given to me.
So you're basing this off of industry experience then?
Partially.
And like how integrated in the industry is this post house? Like what kind of stuff do they produce?
They do stuff for Channel 4. So
Pretty big then.
yeah.
Privatized Channel 4.
Yeah, it's only like 2 people working on the stuff though, so it's quite a small company.
Is it for TV shows or is it for like commercials?
TV shows, they work for TV shows. I don't really talk to them much though, so moving on, questions.
Well, we're just having a general chat. I mean, it's not categoric questions as per se. I'm just kind of reacting to your responses.
Oh, right. I thought this was going to be like a giant stare down where you're going to be like asking me all these questions and bullets going to be flying in from everywhere like the West.
No, this isn't. We're not in the wild west of education here. No. I mean, how better do you say you feel now that you've left the course?
My mindset's a lot clearer than it was. I don't feel as stressed, and overall I just feel happier, I guess. Less stressed. Yeah, I'm just going to repeat that. Less stressed.
Less stressed. So, what made you feel stressed then about? I mean, because forget like the kind of the social aspect of the uni. What about the work? Like in terms of what kind of work they made you produce?
The work we produced wasn't precisely good. It was mediocre, and some of the people there it just felt like college still. It's ridiculous. Like, there's a few people there that did these, well, I guess they were still learning, but it just looked like preschooler stuff, where I was doing, like, more advanced techniques, and this came to the point where it's like, I'm better than you, even though I'm not, I know, but it just felt that way, that I could do better than anyone there.
Well, in terms of like your expectations of what you thought it was going to be like, were you expecting something different to
Initially,
what you saw?
I thought it was going to be mostly practical, but it turned out to be the latter. It turned out to be mostly written stuff, and although I am quite good at turning my words into paper and paper into words, that makes no sense, but who cares? I just didn't like writing it.
I mean, to be fair, in terms of like the kind of practical to written aspect of things, I do get that. I mean, I've gone to like my course is like mostly practical, but like there's still a huge chunk where you have to write in order to get to the practical aspect, because at the course I'm at, they just want to make sure that you know what you're doing as opposed to just running and gunning and trying to figure it out as you do it.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that's mostly like pre-production stuff, not like massive essays about why this matters.
Yeah, it's not really essays after essays of like meaning and stuff, but it's mainly is like just pre-production work. Though I do have one module called Critical Culture where we do have to do kind of some essay stuff. In fact, I've just finished doing a 2,500 odd word report but it's like about what you want to do after you graduate, and kind of like the final major project in third year and the preparation for that. So it's more about that really than anything else. But I mean, that's okay.
2,500 words. Is that all they were expecting? In some of the modules that I was doing, they were expecting like 4.5. So it was just irritating.
Yeah, that's why they understand. They understand that because everyone knows at USW that when you're signing up to a media production course, you don't want to be there for the written stuff, even though it is academic half the time. We're mainly here for the practical work, and that's really what they're trying to just prioritize as the practical elements of the course.
If you're in it for the practical, the best thing to do is just do it. Get out there and do it. Join groups, join communities, go on Star Now and all those like Upwork and stuff, do like freelance stuff. It's just the theory on the side of it doesn't really prove anything, but when you've got experience is what matters. If you're experienced, then you know what you're doing.
I mean, to be fair, I would say, I'm mainly here for, I'd say, the social side of it, because like I've met so many like amazing people whilst I've been on the course, and we kind of do click, and it's different from college, I'd say, just a bit. It's different, and I guess it's that idea of being in a fairly big city as well, creating that kind of mature independency. Yeah.
The thing with that though is I kind of already had that independency because I'm used to being by myself. I've been doing it pretty much all my life, so it really made no change there.
For me, like, I probably am more invested in this course than I previously would have been, but that's mainly because of how integrated the industry is with this university, because it's not just like you're doing the uni work and it's just to kind of go towards your degree. Here they kind of like are able to like guide you into like the industry links, and so like for instance, like we just finished a festival, a big music festival, for I think it was interactive, and basically we were able to work with BBC Six Music, and that has also gotten us some like good names and contacts through that, and various other ways into the industry. But yeah, it's just because we're working constantly with big brands.
Sounds much better than the one I was going to, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because I mean, in Cardiff, there's so much opportunity anyway. Here, like at the Bay itself, we have BBC Studios, Glowworks, which is a big post house for TV, and we've got ITV and various other stuff. And then in the centre, we've got BBC Wales and like Bad Wolf Studios and various although now it's called Wolf Studios.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
So a lot. But no, I'd say for me, like, it's not just been about that, because I've kind of connected and found certain communities that I wouldn't have otherwise found if I had gone to Gloucestershire. Because there's this company called, well, I say company, it's more of an organisation, a charitable organisation called YYFM, which kind of, I guess for me, it's sort of like a society, I guess, even though it's not. It's just something I'm doing extra, which means I get to practically help the community and provide my kind of skills as a media content creator. So like we film interviews and make documentaries and various other things.
Nice.
And I've just joined this, so I'm only at the tip of the iceberg.
You got any productions in the work currently?
Yeah, I'm currently working on a short film called Broken Minds, which I may have told you about already. I'm not really sure.
No.
On these various separated Discord chats, but basically it's based on a true story, a new story in fact, from the area of Tewkesbury Borough, about two women, though I've added another for more dynamics in the story. One called Sian and the other called Brenda, and Sian is the mother. Oh, sorry, not the mother. The daughter of Brenda, and Brenda has Alzheimer's, and Sian has to make the decision to help financially pay for private care for Brenda, because apparently Brenda is not eligible for government welfare and care through NHS. So yeah, it's kind of, they've been handed the dirty card, and so this short film is a depiction of those events. And so yeah, it's a tribute to that family, pretty much. We're also doing an interactive kind of drama thing. It's like a crime drama based on The Invisible Man.
Nice.
So yeah, we're doing. Well, I've been making a website whereby people have to progress in the real world to continue in the digital world.
Isn't that just an AI? Isn't that just an ARG?
Yeah, kind of.
No, that's exactly an ARG. You're making an interactive media which has real effects on the world, where you're getting people to search for stuff. That's an ARG.
Yeah. Okay, an ARG, but we didn't have to make an ARG. We just kind of accidentally made one, or we're accidentally making one. But yeah, I'm just finding it amazing because I'm literally just doing this purely in Google Sites, which isn't really that great at doing. So I've managed to figure out a way to do it.
Put it on YouTube, you get loads of views, and then you get even more people doing it. Make it worldwide.
Yeah. Yeah, well, nah. This is just for the specific area, because we have to base it in the building of USW. So we'll have physical scenes, hopefully to get actors. But yeah, like the website mainly consists of like audio logs and images from the crime scene, and yeah, and I've actually just kind of forced myself into a character called Jake Bullet, so I have to play it as a detective investigator.
Jake Bullet?
Yeah, Jake Bullet.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of rubbing on the head, really.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Because bullet, gun, all that stuff. But yeah.
I found something weird out recently. You know one of your old production called John West?
Yeah.
You know that's a brand of
tuna.
Fish, yeah.
It's
and
a brand of
sardines.
tuna.
Yeah.
Yes, I
You
know.
should have just made him a fish and made it all aquatic, like an underwater adventure.
No, never. No, never. No. But yeah, I did know that. So I was just like, okay, not to get confused with the tuna and sardine brand John West, but this is John West. But from occasion, I do my own productions, which are mainly horror-based.
Yeah, you're going on about those things that you've been uploading to your channel.
Yeah, so I've done two so far, two new ones so far. One about a phone demon and Stalk to the Bay. So yeah, kind of two different ones. But as I said in other areas of the channel, is that like I'm basically ripping off gruesome tales for gruesome kids, essentially.
How dare you do that? How dare you
Well, I'm
rip
not
off
doing
a
it. I'm not
classic
doing it.
children's program from the early 2000s?
Yeah,
How
which
dare
got
you.
taken down regardless
Yeah, it got
because
taken
apparently
down
it was
because it was too
appropriate.
scary.
Yeah,
It's not. It wasn't. It
it's
was just
not.
really
It was great.
bad. It was really bad.
It was the best part of my childhood.
The
That.
visual
That's why
effects
I'm
were really
inspired
bad.
by it.
Just don't get your characters cutting off their bodies halfway across the screen. No, they're jumping.
Oh no,
heads.
that can't happen. It's just basically the whole. I just got the premise from that show, is that like whoever the subject is, at the end of the film, something bad happens to them, and you can't really undo it.
Do you
So-
learn a moral though? Because that was the whole point of that series. Was bad people, bad stuff happens to them.
Yeah, but in this case, random people, bad stuff happens to them. But in that TV show, yes, I learnt the moral. Don't tell lies, you get your tongues cut out. I remember that one.
That accent was pretty close to it.
No, I think it was just mainly going up the southeastern London vibe. So you say you told me that you're now working in Iceland. How's that feel?
Sorry, I just fell asleep when you asked that question. It's just the fact that that's literally my response.
It's boring. It's a job for job's sake.
Yes, it doesn't pay
You're
well.
earning decent money
I
then?
still struggle on money, and I don't have enough money to do productions. So there's that.
You know, I would recommend. I don't know if you've already gone onto the site in terms of if you want to make more kind of short films yourself, because I remember you doing. I saw them actually. I remember you doing vlogs based on location and stuff.
Yeah, my location recce vlog series about my scripts that I write.
Yeah, I was looking at them and like never saw any kind of follow up like films for them. So I was just wondering if you were gonna make them and you wanted actors on Facebook, there is a group page that you can go on, which is about like young actors. I think it was called.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that I've joined specifically is Cardiff Actors, but that would only help if you were in Cardiff. But I think there is a UK Actors one.
The thing
way
with that
to go
though
about
is
it.
that I don't really need any more contacts when it comes to acting, because most of the people that I've met outside of uni are, well, actors. And I've worked with some of them before on previous productions, and I still keep in contact with them. There's at least 10. I know that's not many, but I always have Star Now, and then there's people just contacting me randomly on Instagram and asking me to make productions for them.
Well, there you go.
But I never make them, so they just run away because I procrastinate about everything.
Maybe that's why you're struggling.
Oh no, that's also because of money. I procrastinate because I have no money, and therefore I can't make any productions.
So you procrastinate to do stuff which might later on in life, or even more sooner than that, give you money, and then you don't make the money.
Yeah, this is
to
how it
which
goes.
you
So it starts off with
it's
me.
an endless cycle, basically.
This is how it starts. So, pretty much, I write something, I'm really happy with it, I'm really proud of it. So, I get the actors. The actors get really intrigued with the script, they say it's really good. Then they make more changes. And then eventually I'm just like, oh, sorry, can't make this. And then they just say, should have suspected it, you've done it to us like 6 times by now.
I would have thought you just, because like you went to the post house. I would have thought you just dive into doing remote edit work.
You'd think it'd be that easy, but it's not. It's really not.
Why isn't it?
Because they expect you to have like productions and stuff made, and I don't precisely have many productions made that they're fond of. The only one that they kind of liked was Living Primitive, and that one has really bad audio design.
I mean, have you made an edit show reel? Have you made one of those recently?
I haven't really got enough productions to stick on there. Like, I've got a few, but I'm just not proud of them. Like, the cinematography work and all that stuff just isn't worth it. And the editing in them just doesn't really show off my range of skills.
You should just, like, make something then.
So currently I am working free for a YouTuber. I won't plug his name in. So they don't have really that much of a viewership at the moment. They don't have many subscribers, but I edit one video for them weekly. It's not the most interesting thing, but I feel kind of happier of the work. So there's part of me where I want to be in the film industry, and then there's another side of me where it's like, maybe I just want to edit for big time influencers and stuff, because it's what I know, is what I've been doing for like the past 6 years.
I mean, eventually you're just going to have to get to a point where you're just like, right, I'm committing. Like, you're either committing to editing for big YouTubers, or you're committing to streaming, or you just got to take that leap of faith at some point.
Yeah, I know, but there's a while yet. I just want to learn to drive so I can get out there and just do more photography and location recce's, because that's what I enjoy doing at the moment.
Just wondering, like, if you were given like lots of kind of opportunities to do stuff practically for TV, like, and you obviously got your driving license and all that, would you show up?
I prefer working remotely, which is the issue. It's like, during uni, one of the big issues was that I just wouldn't turn up to set. I wouldn't turn up to edit the work because I just didn't feel passionate about it. If I don't feel passionate about something, I just won't turn up, which is not good, I know, but it's just something I do. For some reason, this whole working for influencers, just, I feel more passionate about it. I feel like I need to get it done. It makes me want to work for it. Whereas some films, unless it's my own, I don't really care for.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, obviously you've got a different opinion, but I feel like you probably would have benefited more to come into Cardiff, because, like, in terms of like the atmosphere, the vibe, the people, they're all pretty much on your level, I would say. Like, they're all, like, we're all similar here.
But do you have cows in the fields?
Okay, I know give you that. There are no cows.
But cows. Yeah.
There are no cows here, no.
Cows are like the main thing I live for at the moment. Whenever I go out on a photo shoot, that's the one thing I look for, cows. Because cows are adorable.
Now, sadly, we are near the end of the show, but don't worry, because we are now at the segment of the show where I get to read out your stories to do with the university. Anonymous submission. Once again, it's been a while since I've read one of these. Okay, it goes like this. I study computer games design because I like playing games, so I must like making them, right? Wrong. Absolutely shocking choice. I made a terrible decision, and after 2 years of taking a student's loan and attended minimal classes, I dropped out mid-semester. I ended up working at KFC for 2 years and managed to get little bits of office experience, receptionist, admin, typist, and so on. I then struggled for a year or so, had crappy jobs in Aldi and a call centre, and have since been doing TEFL course with the aim of moving to Asia and teaching children English. I'd love to go to China or Indonesia or Vietnam or Cambodia. Japan and South Korea are pretty much out of the question due to my lack of a degree, sadly. What did you think to that?
I kind of got worried when it started talking about the jobs and workplaces they'd been to, because that literally describes my life right now.
If you want to get involved, email jacktipsmedia@gmail.com to get your story heard, and feel free to ask any questions and I will try to answer them best as I can for you. My name's Jack Timms, and thank you for tuning into the UniJack project. And remember, stay hard, get drunk, and relax.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.